Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the UCLA Insider Podcast. My name is Luke Joseph, and today we're going to be discussing UCLA basketball and Dusty May leaving Michigan and who UCLA could decide to target in the event that players enter the transfer portal. But before we get into that, please make sure to like and subscribe, and please don't forget to share with all your friends and family as it really helps out the channel. And without further ado, let's begin. So we've heard just some shocking and really big news recently in the college basketball world of Dusty May of Michigan deciding to uh, become the new head coach of the Dallas Mavericks, and he will coach Cooper Flagg and Max Christie, Derek Lively, and now Michigan has decided to look for a new head coach. Um, this came as a really big shock. Um, he there were some rumblings. He was definitely someone who would or not would he was definitely someone who had a lot of interest from NBA teams. Him and John Shire of Duke, but and he, after winning his the Michigan's national championship this year, he was offered and verbally agreed to accept a contract extension, but he never actually signed it, which had some people kind of raising some eyebrows as to why hasn't he signed it yet. Um, Michigan went into the transfer portal. He got three front court players to rebuild that front court with Yaxel Lendeborg, Adamara, and Morris Johnson all entering the NBA draft. And Michigan's got guys like JP Estrella, Mustafa Thiemann, and Jalen Reed, as well as keeping L.A. Cadeau and Trey McKinney. And so, but now fast forward, Dusty May, he took the job with the Dallas Mavericks. He's going to be coaching Cooper Flagg. And Michigan hired, promoted one of their assistant head coaches assistant coaches to be the new interim head coach. And he has had coaching experience before with Oklahoma State, Coach Cade Cunningham during that COVID year. But now there's some questions about whether or not, players are going to want to enter the transfer portal. And, this provides a really big opportunity for UCLA. They just lost players like Donovan Dent, Tyler Bilodeau, Sky Clark, who all graduated. And in Tyler Bilodeau's case, he's going to enter the NBA draft and could hear his name called most likely on Wednesday. That will be the second round. He's not projected to be a first round draft pick. And as for UCLA, to try to rebuild this roster, to try to make it back into the top 25 after such a disappointing year last season, Mick Cronin, he was able to keep Trent Perry, which was huge. Being able to retain him was a very big deal, as he had a really, really nice sophomore year. He added guys like Jalen Petty from Texas Tech, Philip Jovic from Auburn, Sergey Makura from Mississippi State, and Asvir Robinson from Butler. And all those guys are good in their own right, but they weren't the high profile names that Michigan got with JP Estrella, Mustafa Thiem, and Jalen Reed. And kind of looking at that, I think this could be a really big opportunity for Mick Cronin to, to kind of pounce on the situation. It'd be really tough. All the transfers already arrived, and they're already doing off-season workouts as a team, and there's just not a whole lot of money to kind of go around in terms of NIL and stuff like that. But I think Mick Cronin should do everything in his power to try to, if players are going to enter the portal, I think one of the biggest names that could potentially enter the portal is JP Estrella from Michigan. He transferred to Michigan this offseason. He played at Tennessee. He was really good. He was pretty decent as a freshman. And then his sophomore year, he only played 3 games due to an injury. But, as a junior, he completely, shined as a player. He's played in 33 games and starting in 13 of those games. Estrella, he averaged a career high 10 points on almost 60% shooting from the field. He's completely dominant down low in the post, and he showed off his range from 3 as well. He averaged 40% from 3. He never really took a whole lot of shots. He averaged like 0.4 a game, but he's shown the ability to be a threat from deep, but where he mostly dominates in scoring is down low in the paint. And he was also a really good rebounder too. Averaged over 5 rebounds per game. He's 6'11". He's just the type of big man that I think would fit Mick Cronin's system really well. He's able to kind of, he's pretty athletic for someone his size. Can kind of run up and down the floor. It's not like he's, if there's a fast break, he's kind of, hanging back. He's able to kind of run the floor a bit. And so I think he would be the perfect addition if he were to decide to enter the transfer portal. Estrella was, he came from Tennessee to Michigan, and one of the reasons that he went was because of Dusty May and how Dusty May utilized those bigs. Michigan, in his first year at Michigan, coming over from Florida Atlantic, he had 2 7-footers in the starting lineup, and Danny Wolf and sorry, I'm blanking on the other name, but 2 7-footers. They had a really good season in Dusty May's first year. Were contenders in the Big Ten, and then the second year you get Yaxel Lindeborg, Adai Mara from UCLA, and Morris Johnson from Illinois, and you play them all together. And at first, it didn't look like it was working as well with 2 7-footers, and Lindeborg, who's like 6'9", 6'10", but it was also, as the season went on, Michigan all gelled together, and we all saw it. They were just super dominant throughout the entire season, and then they eventually won they won the national championship. And so Charlotte kind of saw that, and he, decided to come to Michigan, as that would, help in his development. But with Dusty May gone, I think his future is a bit more uncertain than the rest. I don't think that Elliot Cadeau or Trey McKinney will enter the portal. I think it's more likely that the players who entered the portal and transferred to Michigan, I think it would be more likely that they were to enter the portal, as they wanted to play for Dusty May. And if that were to happen, I think Estrella would fit right in perfectly. There isn't a clear cut for, we have the center for next year in Xavier Booker, and I think Estrella would fit really well as kind of another big in that front court. He's able to dominate in the low post. He's able to dominate in the paint, whereas Xavier Booker is someone who can space the floor, um, and shoot from the perimeter. And both of them can run the floor. I think Xavier Booker is just a bit better, but Estrella is definitely, I would say, a better, kind of overall defender. Um, Booker is just a little too thin. He still needs to put on some muscle, and I think he's done that during this off season. But Estrella is already bigger right now, and I think kind of seeing him at Tennessee and the way he played in the NCAA tournament, and I think that would be a match made in heaven for Mick Cronin and for Xavier Booker too, as he's got another, practically 7-footer kind of helping him out on the offensive end. And I think it would also be really helpful for Trent Perry, as he is expected to kind of take that lead guard role after such a breakout sophomore year. He went from averaging 4 points in his freshman year to averaging 12.6 points. He had shot it with great efficiency. And I think having someone in the pick and roll game with Estrella would be really nice for his development. I think it would also be really good for Jalen Petty as well, who transferred in from Texas Tech. And I think that, I think him just JP Estrella helping out all those guards on the roster. I think this is just a match made in heaven for the Bruins if he were to decide to enter the transfer portal. But let me know your guys' thoughts. Whether or not JP Estrella coming to UCLA would be the perfect fit. But that's all I have for you today. Again, my name is Luke Joseph, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.